So welcome to this hypermobility class. Today we're looking at the concept of soft is the new strong. And again, that sounds a bit of a contradiction, but sometimes we tend to overwork a little bit too much, and we brace and we put a lot of tension in the body, when actually we could do things that might be challenging from a much softer position. And you'll actually find you have more ability, more stamina to sustain positions that maybe we might have found challenging in the past. So we're going to be in a 4-point kneeling position for some of this. So if you come over onto all fours, now if you can't be on your wrists, you can grab some books or a couple of yoga blocks, and you can be on your forearms instead. So if I had a few more of these, I could raise myself up and I would be in a sort of the same position as here. Okay, so that's if you don't like putting weight on your wrist joints. So let's come on to a 4-point kneeling position. So oftentimes we might come into this posture and find ourselves really rigid and kind of lock those elbows out. And that obviously puts my shoulders in a very misaligned position, kind of up near my ears, and makes me quite rigid and not very stable at all. So again, locking the joints means that we don't really have to use the muscles, and all my bones are in the wrong place. So I'm not making the most of my potential strength by holding this posture. And you can see that my back is probably arching a little bit as well. So let's think about it in a different way. Just gently put your hands on the floor and think about putting weight through the outer edges of your wrists so that you've got a bit more of a bony landmark there, and we can spiral the arms out. So think of the bones spiraling out so that you then activate these muscles in your upper back. And those are the ones that are holding us up, not the elbow bones. So we really want to be thinking of lifting away from the ground, not allowing gravity to just push us down into the ground. So from here, we're just going to try a little cat. So remember, being soft is going to give us more strength. So soft is the new strong. So we're going to start at the tail and we're going to round. So very nice for a tight lower back. We're going to round the spine and we're going to finish with a gentle nod of the head. Okay, so in this position, the front of your spine is lifting up to the back of your spine. Try not to push with your arms. And then start at the tail and uncurl, rolling through the spine, coming back to the beginning. So we round, feel the front spine lifting up to the back spine. Soft elbows, no pushing, and then uncurling through the spine back to the beginning. Let's do that one more time. So start to tuck, rounding through the spine, finishing with a little nod of the head, and then uncurling. And then if your knees allow, we'll just sit back, take our pressure off our wrists, maybe do a couple of wrist circles just to mobilize. So that's our cat, just to get the spine moving. Now we're going to do some work just to strengthen the upper back. And I call this press and release. So as we looked at in the first posture, sometimes we can collapse and sort of hang off our joints. We want to build strength between those shoulder blades and up into the neck to help with our posture. So again, being a little softer can actually help with our posture. So from here, we're going to very slowly, with soft elbows, lower the spine down. So my shoulder blades do come together, but I haven't collapsed. I'm in control of it. And then think of lifting your heart all the way back up to the roof of your mouth. So the heart lifts the head up as well. So we come down very, very slowly with control, and we lift the heart space up to the roof of the mouth. One more time, coming down, soft elbows, lifting up, lifting up, lifting up. Feel the length in your spine. And then just sit back and take another little rest off your wrists. Very nice. Now the next one, final one on all fours, but we're not going to have too much pressure on the wrists. We're going to do something that I call a hip softener. So we're going to take our legs slightly apart, soft elbows. Think of just moving at your hip joint. We're going to think of widening the pelvis, so softening the pelvis, and we're going to hinge backwards. So now I don't have any pressure on my hands. Most of the weight should be down into the legs, nice and free in the wrists. And then we're going to use our legs to lift ourselves back up. So we're going to hinge backwards, take the pressure off the wrists, feel the shoulders draping over your back, nice and soft. And we're going to lift ourselves back up. One more time, hinge it back. Again, obviously going only as far as your knees allow you to do. So I'm very much a no pain, no strain advocate. I don't believe in pushing into pain or pushing through pain. And then just do a few little wrist circles there. Okay, now let's come around. We're going to lie on our side. So you might need a cushion, a pillow, or a yoga block to put your head on. We're just going to get ourselves comfy on the side. So really important that you're not lying like this and your head's falling off, because you can see my neck is at a very funny angle and I could end up potentially straining my neck or even my shoulder by doing that. So it's really important that we get our head in a good place. Now, come and sit as though you're sitting on a chair. Okay, so you're in a sort of a right angle position. And again, place your hand on your pelvis and just kind of get a sense that the pelvis is directly sort of above the other hip. So it's not rolling back, it's not rolling forward, it's not collapsing in. It's directly over the other hip. Now, think of this area here, so glutes predominantly. We're going to be lifting this leg up. Okay, so remember, soft is the new strong. So we're not just going to power through and just do this and throw the leg up into the air. We're going to think about really activating the right muscle area to lift that leg. So focus on this area, and then very slowly, we're going to lift that leg with control, creating a mirror image of the leg underneath. Make sure the leg hasn't gone like this, with the foot higher or the foot lower. We're trying to keep the leg parallel to the other leg, and then place it back down. So we're going to lift it up, and hopefully you're feeling some work around this general area. Again, very good for building strength around the hip joint. And we'll just do one more. And back down, and then just give that a little tap. Very good. Let's turn over. So I'll just swing around the other side. You can just turn over and we'll see how the other side feels. So getting comfy, hip over hip. So alignment is really, really important when you're dealing with hypermobility, because we obviously have a tendency to go out of alignment. And then when we go out of alignment because of laxity, because of gravity, because of tension pulling on things, when we go out of alignment and we try and exercise, we could potentially be working the wrong areas or putting strain on different areas instead of targeting the right muscle groups. So do our best to be in the right alignment. So here we go. Again, thinking of this area, we're going to lift that leg up and put it back down. Just have a quick look and check that it's not drooping or twisting. Okay, try and keep it. Imagine you had a cup of coffee on your knee and you're lifting it up. You're trying not to spill it, and put it back down. And one more, nice and soft. No powering through, really mindful movement. And I think that was 5, and you can give that a little tap out. Very good. Very slowly make your way up to a seated position, to a comfortable seat. So just some ideas to be thinking about, or even in our everyday life, that we don't need to brace or guard and carry this tension. Sometimes when we soften up a little bit and let the tension drop out of the tissue, we can actually access a lot more strength potential. And that, coupled with the correct alignment, is a really powerful combination when you've got hypermobility. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again very soon.